Good morning, good peeps. I know this is highly unusual that you see me up late night like this doing a stream, unless I'm already in the stream. But um, I'm here. I wanted to do this real quick for y'all because this story is getting wild, man. The more that's coming out with it, man, the more it just making you feel. Is it possible that it's more to this story than what's being told? You know, I don't know. Um, I want to believe that it's just a freak accident, which it's a accident, but still it's a negligent accident. Just call it for what it is. But I don't know. I really just don't know. Uh, well, I'm up here talking. Can y'all hear me and see me? My bad. Can y'all hear me and see me? And good morning to all of y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's 2:52 my time, which I need to be in bed. Okay. But for the information that was been sent to me, I just had to come and talk about this. Okay. So let me know y'all can hear me, y'all can see me, and we can continue. All right. Good morning, Night Owl, Lady D, GM Carey. What's going on, my friend? Actually, I was live yesterday doing this. What time was it? Got around about 2 o'clock my time. I was live yesterday afternoon. So this is probably about the third or fourth update. I do so mean I can't keep up with it. LaKendra, what's going on? Gianna, what's going on? Oh, Gianna, it's been a while. How you been? Chantel, what's going on? Barbara, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Opal, to be honest, I only had a couple hours of sleep. And I'm surprised I'm still up. I only had a couple hours of sleep. From yesterday when I did the show on up to now. And I need to have my ass in bed. Okay? But trust me, I know I'm sleep good after this. All right? But let's get right into it. If y'all don't mind, get that thumbs up, and let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So again, there's more stuff coming out with this story. Somebody gave me the 911 call. We're gonna be listening to the 911 call, and I want y'all to hear the description that she gives about this person in the 911 call. I don't know if it's too much I can say about it. Maybe she was just distraught and just, was in a panic situation that something she said, she probably didn't meant to say, but I'm not going to hold that over her head or whatnot. But let me say this right here. I'm seeing, and I always say, guys, when it comes to these stories, people are entitled to their own opinion. What do you say that, because I'm seeing a lot of people now, which is mainly women, saying that people are bashing her, and I'm seeing people saying people are victim blaming. Trust me, I understand what y'all talking about in the circumstance. I understand y'all saying anything that happened in a heartbeat or whatnot. I get it. But I see a lot of people calling out for what it is. And to those people, I thank you for calling out for what it is. Even the women, they calling out for what it is. They pretty much saying, hey, she's the reason that this happened. I mean, she didn't intentionally mean for this to happen. We understand that. But her actions caused this to happen, So why are we sugarcoating it? And, trying to put all the blame on the person that stole the car, which she's going to get the blame. She's going to get in trouble for doing it. But the question is, how did this person who stole her car with her children in it, how did she get access to them babies? That's how, because the lady left the car running and she saw it and she jumped in the car and pulled off in the car. That's reality. There's no way around that. But let's play devil advocate for a minute. Let's do that for a minute. So let's say I'm going to agree with y'all ladies who's saying that and say that, hey, y'all quick to victim blame and blah, 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 blah. Y'all shouldn't be doing this and this, that, and the third. And all that, what y'all saying about this woman. Okay, I want to play devil's advocate and say I'm going to agree with every last one of y'all who's saying that. Now check this out right here. If this was a man that made that same decision, would either one of you had that same sentiments? That would be my question to y'all. For y'all who sitting up there saying nobody should say nothing bad about her, nobody should make their judgment about her or whatnot, I get it. But if a man had did this exact same thing, would y'all be saying the same thing about him? He didn't have no help. He was trying to make ends meet, and blah this and blah that. Would y'all be saying the same thing about him? Me personally, I don't think y'all would. 9 times out of 10, these are the type of comments you might be saying about a man. The first thing will come out your mouth, he a grown ass man. He should have known better. That'll be the first thing come out of all of you mouths. All of y'all mouths who taking up for this woman. That's the first thing you would say about a man, that he too grown, he should have known better. All right? That'll be the first thing that come out of y'all mouth. So, if the table turns against us, and that's your mindset about us, which you are entitled to that opinion, then the same thing should go with this woman right here. She was grown. She knew better. She knew better. All right? She knew better. And again, call it like you want to call it. Y'all can sugarcoat this all you want to. Seriously, you can sugarcoat it all you want to. But the reality is, in order for that woman to get to her children, it was the actions of what she did. All right? Y'all can look at it upside down. Y'all can try to turn it upside down, or look at it however you want to look at it, to try to get her some leeway out of this, and you well in your rights to do. But regardless of how you try to flip it, smack it, rub it down, whatever, it's going to come out the same way. How did that woman get in her car with the children? Because she left the car wide open. She left the car running, and the babies was there for the picking. She served them on a silver platter. That's it. You can try to do this all you want to. All right? And I get it. Trust me, I get it. I get it. But when you get through doing all that, the root of the story is, hey, her choice that she made, this is what happens. This is the reality of it. Just reality of it. But other than that, though, one thing I can't agree with everybody. I agree with everybody is, I'm with everybody. I hope he is found safe. I hope he is found safe. All right? Now, I probably understand a bit of like y'all would say, hey, guys, I understand how y'all feeling, but maybe this not the time to be saying all that. And I could probably respect that even more, okay? We'll talk about victim blaming and all that. Seriously, who's to blame for this? To be honest, who's to blame for this? Okay? But again, for those who, matter of fact, those who going to watch this later, who's on her side, and say that, hey, I don't like people victim blaming her, I want y'all to answer that question for me. If it had been a man that did this same thing, would y'all have the same sentiments? All right, I want y'all to answer that question for me. For the people who going to watch this later, answer that question. Would y'all have the same sentiments? All right. But ladies and gentlemen, as we get into this update, we are going to hear that they charged her with kidnapping. She has been charged with kidnapping. All right. In which I think that's fair. She needs to be charged with something, For those of you, I provided y'all a link earlier where I guess that was her baby dad or her boyfriend at the time. He recorded her while she drunk. She got kids of her own. She would lose her children then. So this woman got all type of fuckery going on with her, Chantel said cause and effect, isn't it illegal? Thank you, Chantel. And I see people saying that in the comment section. Somebody told this lady, one of the people who I seen on Facebook, They put up there talking about the victim bashing thing or whatnot. Of course, like I said, it was a woman that said that, and somebody said in the comment section, actually in Ohio, they just consider you endanger your child. That's why I said in the live I did earlier today, she may get in trouble for this. I don't know. She may get in trouble, or it could be a possibility CPS probably get involved in this. I don't know. I'm not wishing that upon her. I don't want her to get in trouble. Lord knows I don't want CPS to get involved with her, because she already going to do enough shit as it is. So I would say that much. But however, though, what we always say here, guys, what I always say, for every action, there's the opposite what? Reaction. So, hey, put it like this. I get into an argument with a woman, somebody who I care about, my feelings deep involved with them. I get in an argument with her. I'm fucked up about the argument, so I get lost on this sauce. I get behind the wheel, driving, calling myself, trying to clear my mind, drinking that sauce. And I get buzzed and smack somebody from behind. Are you going to say to me that, y'all, don't victim blame him? Don't victim blame him, because you don't know what he's going through. Or are you going to say he knew better to get behind that wheel while he was drunk? That's a give me right there. You don't drive while you're drunk. They promote that all the time. And which you are right if you say that. There's nothing wrong with you saying that, because that's facts. I should have never got behind that wheel while I was drunk or getting drunk. Okay? So I can't get mad at people for coming at me saying, why did you get your stupid ass behind that steering wheel while you was buzzed? Okay? So, if y'all can get me on something like that, then be fair and call this what it really is. Y'all not listening to me. Be fair and call this what it really is and what really happened, It's only fair. And trust me, and this is another thing I hate too. Why is it with a lot of us telling the truth is called bashing somebody? When did the truth is called bashing somebody? But when you lie, with a lot of people it's called the truth. Let me repeat that again. When you tell the truth, people say you bashing them. But when you tell the lie, somehow they believe the lie is the truth. I don't know how the hell that works. I really don't. But anyway, guys, let's get into this and let's hear some of this stuff that's going on.
I just want to say to Nala, I don't know you. You don't know me. We are both mothers. If you look at him and you see anything, see a precious child that's longing for his mother. Your children long for you. He is longing for his mother. We ask you, we beg you, please, please, please do the right thing. Please do the right thing.
Raw emotion pouring out today from the grandmother of baby Kassan Thomas. Right now, this 5-month-old baby boy is still missing. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yolanda Harris.
And I'm Andrew Kinsey. His twin brother, Khair, was found safe yesterday, but tonight the search continues to grow for Kassan. More than an hour ago, we learned that kidnapping charges have now been filed against Nala Jackson, the woman accused of taking Kassan. Tonight, 6 states, including Ohio, are now on high alert, looking for a black Honda Accord that she could be in.
10 TV has live team coverage across Central Ohio tonight. Our Brittany Bailey is live in Columbus as the family held vigils today. And 10 TV's Lindsay Mills is live in Huber Heights, where dozens are helping in the search. But first, we're going to start with Ashley Bornanson. She's where Columbus police gave an update on the search just a little while ago. Ashley.
Yolanda, in the press conference today, CPD joined forces with the FBI and the Ohio State Highway Patrol to update the public on the current search for 5-month-old Kason Thomas. They say investigators are currently focusing on the Montgomery County area based on tips they've received in the last several hours. CPD and area officers are working with the FBI to exhaustively work any leads. CPD says a BOLO, be on lookout alert, was issued at the 5 states that border Ohio, though they were not able yet to issue an Amber Alert since there was no confirmed sighting of Jackson, Kason, or the vehicle outside of Ohio. OHSP reiterates the process for activating an Amber Alert is lengthy, as they have to follow criteria based on Ohio revised code.
So that process can take from an hour to an hour and a half by the time you get all these different agencies on board to activate this entire system.
Now, police just hours ago released more images of the vehicle, a black 2010 Honda Accord. Those pictures are on your screen now. Anyone with any information of any of their whereabouts of the vehicle of Jackson or of Kason is asked to call their tip line immediately. We have all that information at 10tv.com.
You know, when I see that picture of the car, the new pictures of the car, I'm concerned because I'm saying to myself, did this lady really drop off one child? And are you riding around with this other child in the car with you? I'm getting concerned about that, you know, and the more updates coming up on this story, the more concerned that I'm getting, you know, because, and I agree with this question that a lot of people are asking. You dropped off one, but you kept the other one, which is making a lot of people saying something about this story is not sitting right. Something is suspect. And I'm going to say to you, you know, it's getting to that point with me too, you know, but it could be nothing, but it just getting to that point with me too, because this is very odd. You know, you will return one child, but don't return the other one, you know, so something real stanky about that, you know. So I really don't know what to make out on that part. You drop out one, but are you just riding around with the other one like that? You know, it just makes you think. And I'm seeing what people are saying in a lot of these groups and on Facebook. They believe it's something more to this story. I'm going to say this. I hope not. But again, guys, if you in the true crime community, y'all know how this stuff goes. A lot of people who think they got nothing to do with it be the main ones that got something to do with it. All right? But right now, just can't say. What everybody doing right now, including me, is all speculation. So we don't know what's true. We don't know what's false right now. And as a matter of fact, the whole time I thought this was the mama talking, but I don't think this the mama. I think this the grandma talking. So I want to know where's the mom at. And as a matter of fact, I'm seeing the dad being mentioned a lot in these articles too. So which it got me asking this question too. Do they stay together? I want to know that. Do the baby dad stay with the baby mom? And if that is true that they stay together, they open up a whole nother can of worms. And you had to ask this question, what happened that he couldn't watch the children while she did her DoorDash run? Okay? Why could he not watch the children while she did the DoorDash? That's if they stay together. I don't know. But I know his name started coming up a lot in these articles. Okay? Because look, I'm like this. I don't know about anybody else. But I'm like this. Let's just say even this scenario that him or her not even getting along. Okay? Because we hear that a lot. Baby mom, baby dad, maybe their relationship got too toxic, so they think it's best that they don't even deal with each other like that, but still co-parent, you know, to the children, be co-parents. So I'm saying this, even if it's a situation where I can't even stand my baby mama guts, whatever the case may be, that's not the children's fault. And I know she doing DoorDash in the middle of the night and she ain't got no babysitter or whatnot. I would like to think that a man with common sense, unless you probably give him a hard time with seeing the children, there'd be something different. But a man with common sense say, hey, I don't feel comfortable with you taking them out at night like that while you're doing them DoorDash runs. So I tell you what, drop them off over here and pick them up in the morning when you get through. Or whatever. You come back and pick them up. But I don't feel comfortable with you doing DoorDash in the middle of the night. And we got the 1-year-old twins in the car with you. That's not safe. All right? That's not safe at all. But the key word what we're talking about right here is somebody with common sense. Okay? Now that'd be me. Now I know everybody don't think like me. I know everybody don't think like me. But that would be my thing right there. If I know you're doing DoorDash and I know you out in the middle of the night doing DoorDash, I'm not finna to let you have my 1-year-old or my 1-year-olds out in the middle of the night while you picking up food. All right? Unless you got somebody with you, they'd be different. But are you doing it by yourself? Nah. I can't trust that. Because as we see now, too much shit going on as it is. Amen? It's too much shit going on as it is. And I won't trust that. Somebody say, don't do it, Chris. Let's stay focused. What did I do? What did I do? Now, I said a couple y'all asking about the grandmama. Now, I mean, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, could she have asked the grandma to watch him? I don't know. See, again, guys, this is one of them stories that it leaves you with more questions than answers. Amen? It leaves you with more questions than answers. Hey, Double Take. It leave with more questions than answers, because it's here we go. And like we heard the grandma say when I did this earlier yesterday, the grandma said, well, right now in her mind, it ain't the time to focus on who, why, when, and where. The focus is getting the child home. And I agree with her when she say that, but I'm going to hold her to that, that once this smoke clears, man, you need to talk to your daughter, and let her know, really, really, really let her know and drill it in her skull. That choice that she made, taking them babies out like that, drill it in her skull. If you got to be tough on her to do that, then, hey, by all means, do that. Just because we grown or up in age or whatnot does not mean we still can't get tough love. Amen? We can still get tough love here. I can get tough love, So in a situation like this, if the grandma, which is that, I believe that's her mom, if she got to get her daughter ass for what she did, hey, I'm for it. I'm for it. Do that. I'm for it. Because it had been my daughter, even though she grown, and I found out she made this choice. Yeah, I'm going to cut you some slack until the smoke settles. But when that smoke settles, you and I, ma'am, we're going to have a heart-to-heart talk. And I'm going to get deep down and dirty with you in this because this choice that you made doing what you did, it could have been a whole lot worse. It could have been a whole lot worse. And I'm not going to get in your ass to try to hurt your feelings and try to hurt you. I'm going to get in your ass because I really want you to look down deep inside on what you did. And to show you, just because you got kids, that don't mean the whole world give a damn about you. Did I say something wrong? Did I say something wrong right there? And that'd be one of the main I want to show you. Just because you got kids doesn't mean everybody else going to give a damn about you because you got kids. Because apparently this woman don't give a damn that you got kids. She don't. Because if she had a heart, she would have brought them back. All right? I really going to want her to see what she did. And vice versa. If it was my son, they did that. You know what I'm saying? I would put my foot deep down his ass and make him understand the choice that he made and the danger he had put his family in by doing that. All right? Because these people out here are nuts. They crazy. And they don't give a damn. They really don't. They really don't. Well, good morning, good people who watching. I'm surprised we got this many people here this early in the morning. Say we got 25 people watching. Appreciate you. Hit the thumbs up, and you got somebody who with you that want to listen to this. You know, hey, come on in, listen, and share your thoughts with us about this story. Okay. I want to read something to y'all. And I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about what I'm finna read to y'all. I'm gonna have to find it again. If y'all haven't heard about this, but let me see if I can find it. It should be right here somewhere. That's not it. Dang it, man. Well, I know it's one of these damn things. Cause I really want y'all to hear this. I really want y'all to hear this, what I'm going to read to y'all. And I let me find it first. Okay, I must gotta put it up again. I hate when I had this stuff right there in my face and I just lose it like that. Shit. Let me see something. Okay, I found out why I had texted to somebody. Now I want y'all to hear what went on with this story. So apparently there was a hoax in this story where somebody allegedly was asking for ransom money for this boy. We're gonna find out it was a hoax. Okay? And I'm gonna tell y'all something. We got some sick fucks in this world to sit up there and want to do something like that. We got some sick motherfuckers in the world. Let you know they fuck with scam on any damn thing. This is why I say, I don't really fuck with GoFundMe no more. I don't donate to them no more or whatnot. And when they did it for me, when I recovered from my surgery, I promise you I didn't get mad at any one of y'all who didn't donate, because a lot of people has gotten to the point now they don't deal with GoFundMe no more because of all the scams that people doing with it, okay? So I understand. But somebody is supposed to be allegedly somebody's supposed to ask for a ransom money. Somebody tried to scam off of it. All right. So find out that was a hoax. Here's the part that fucked me up. Somebody named Barnett, which I'm assuming is one of the family members, and maybe one of these grandmothers. It might be I don't think that's grandma now. I think that may be somebody else. Somebody named Barnett actually created a GoFundMe Wednesday, which was yesterday, to raise money for the ransom. Saying in the online fundraiser description, she will offer Jackson, the one who got the child, $1,000. I want y'all to hear what I'm telling y'all. This person, Barnett, created a GoFundMe because she thought this ransom was real. And said in the GoFundMe, she would give Jackson $1,000. But you know what GoFundMe did, and which I'm glad they did. And I'm explaining to you why. GoFundMe took it down. You want to know why they took it down? Because that's violating their policy. You raising money for a ransom, that's terrorist act. From my understanding, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. That's a terrorist act. Or somewhere in a gray area of a terrorist act. They took it down. Now, here's why I say I'm glad they took it down. Okay? Even I probably would have known that they wasn't real. I more likely would have known that it wasn't real. Okay? Okay? So, to a lot of people who may have heard about that and saw that somebody tried to raise money for that, now not only people going to be talking about the mom, some people going to think that this whole thing may possibly be a scam. And if they start thinking like that, can you really blame them? Or maybe I'm thinking too outside of the box. But even I probably wouldn't have known that it wasn't real. And then for the ransom, they was only asking for $650. If I read that right, they was only asking for $650. But for what I read right there, the GoFundMe was for $1,000. Well, no, you said you would give Jackson $1,000. You know, to bring your child back. Now, I'm going to say this too. If you look at the other side of their card, this would be something understandable. And here's why. They doing anything to get their child back. And I guess you have to understand that. They doing what they can to get their child back. Even if it is how to give out money. They doing what they have to do to get their child back. So you have to understand that as well. But a ransom for $650 for your child, I probably wouldn't. I mean, I would keep it locked in the back of my mind, but I doubt if I probably would have took that serious. Okay? And just imagine if people start giving their money to that and then kind of find out this whole thing may have been a scam. There'll be a whole lot of pissed off people. There'll be a whole lot of pissed off people. All right? But the main reason I read that to y'all is because I want to show you how sick some of the bitches is when it comes to stuff like this, how they play games, you know, because as a matter of fact, what's that baby name story I did out there in, was New Orleans? Nevaeh Allen. The dad, when he did his video on YouTube, he said people was calling him, playing on his phone. Talk about they found his daughter safe, this here and there, everywhere. He knew they was bullshitting, but people was calling his phone, fucking with him, trolling him. And I said, man, we got some sick-something bitches in the world, man. We do. Everything is a joke to people. Everything is a joke to people. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, wait a minute before I do this. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into this 911 call. I want y'all to hear this 911 call. And I want y'all to listen closely to what you're going to hear. All right? And I want you to give your thoughts on what you're going to hear. I think it's going to start out with a small ad, but I think I can skip it. Let's see.
Hey everybody, this is Be a Blessing to Us, and we are looking
911 was.
All right. The ad is skipped. And let's listen to this 911 call. All right? Brace yourself, because it is sad.
The address of your emergency.
Hi, I was just parked. I was parked at the Donato's Pizza. Someone to sell my car. My baby's in there.
Okay. Donato's on First, I'm thinking.
On First Avenue and High Street at Donato's Pizza.
Okay,
I have a Honda Accord. I have a Honda Accord. My bumper is off.
Okay, what color is your Honda?
It's a black Honda Accord.
Okay, you said it's black?
Yes.
Okay, you left the car running with the child in it?
My kids, I was just right here, and all I was doing was just grabbing this pizza. I was right here. I didn't even go inside the building, and I see him get in my car.
I didn't even go inside the building. These are words now. I want y'all to listen. These are words.
White guy, black guy, Hispanic, Asian?
Like he had on a mask. I didn't see him.
So a person with a mask got into it, right?
Yes.
Okay, which way did they go?
My babies is in there. I have twin boys.
Oh, you got two kids in there.
Yeah, they're twin boys.
Okay. How old are they?
They're 5 months. They're babies.
Gotcha.
Someone stole my car. My baby.
Did you see which way they went?
I didn't see it. It was a black car. I didn't see nothing. It's a black car with the bumper off. Oh my God.
The front bumper is off or the back one?
The front bumper is off.
Okay, the front bumper is off. And you don't know your tag number, right?
It starts with an M.
Okay, is it registered to? They're already on the way, so don't worry about that. They're already on the way. Did you just get the car?
Yeah. Okay,
it's not.
Where's the police on?
Ma'am, they're on the way. I promise you. It's already been dispatched. They're coming.
My baby's in there. Like, I'm in the beach. Where's the police at? Can they find me?
Ma'am, they're coming. They have to drive there. I promise you, they're coming.
Yes, like, what the fuck?
We see you.
Pretty sad, huh? Pretty sad. Pretty sad. But I thought the story said that she was picking up her order. That's what it was said. She said, here, I didn't even go in the building. All right, I'm going to tell y'all something, and I've been saying this for the longest too. When it comes to stuff like this, it's what you say, and a lot of times what you don't say. they can make or break a story. Now, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she was just distraught and she didn't pay attention to what she said. But then again, though, you giving a police report. So you know what you're saying. I assume you know what you're saying. So if you didn't even go into the building, how did she get in your car? Ma'am, you said you did not even go in the building. You was right here. What do you mean you was right here? What do you mean you was right here? What do you mean you didn't go in the building? Because the story also said that Nala was sitting in the building. So please understand when I say, if people start coming out, that's why people saying they think it's more to this story. People may have heard this 911 call and said, you know, something don't sound right. People may have listened to this call already and said something don't sound right, okay? But me, I'm just one of the ones that try to look at all angles and say, hey, the state of mind she's in right now, maybe she's not paying attention to what she's saying. Okay, because she's distraught. Okay? But, man, that threw me off. That threw me off. So again, all you people who hollering about no victim blaming and all that, again, I understand where you're coming from. Maybe this is not the time. But maybe y'all need to listen to this and then maybe think to yourself, is this story what it really seems? All right? But like I always say when it comes to stuff like this could be something or it could be nothing. It could be something or it could be nothing. But I do know one thing. These dispatchers, I do believe they record your calls. All right? So you may tell the police, hey, I went in there to get this order. I looked up, my car was gone. But she's going to have you on recording and say you didn't even go in the building. You was right here. So which one is it? And somebody down on the crimes, I just seen quite a few people ask that same question. How do you even know it's Nala? Hey, Nancy. I just seen people ask that question in the comment section. If that's the story you're getting, how do you even know that it's Nala? Now, to debunk that, they saying people in the restaurant identified that was Nala. All right? So that's how they know. I sure real Auto Fox. I got you, bro. I got you. All right? But down on the crime, I done seen people in the comment section ask that same question. How do you know for sure it's Nala? Other than the video camera that they putting out there and showing about a vehicle. Well, now there's another video I saw earlier where somebody did see her with the vehicle, but they didn't know what was going on at the time because according to LE, it was a miscommunication. Oh, check this out too, guys. Hold on, whoa. Let me throw this out here too, which a lot of people ain't talking about either, though. They said with this story, if I'm correct what I'm about to say, that this wasn't reported 2 hours later. But don't quote me on that, though. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. But if I'm not mistaken, either the police said they didn't get the right information till later, which I did hear their part, But I think I did read somewhere where they said that this call went until later too. Put a pin mark on it and let me do my research on it again, because y'all know I don't want to give out no inaccurate information. All right? But I'm almost certain that I'm right about that, the kidnapping wasn't reported until like a few hours later or something like that. When mother, that's who did the GoFundMe, y'all. The mom did. I see the name right here. Wilhelmina, I think that's how you say the name, Wilhelmina. When mother Wilhelmina Barnett turned around, police said the car was gone. So she the one that did the GoFundMe. She the one that did the GoFundMe. Because she truly believed it was a ransom. Y'all give me a minute, cause I'm trying to see if I can find the information. I want to be accurate on that. Okay. Twin mom big. Oh, here we go. Right. Okay. Well, here's the thing about the scam I talked to y'all about earlier. Fact check. Columbus police say scammer not suspect. Ex parents for ransom money. Columbus Division of Police Sergeant Jeff Money told dispatch a scammer contacted Kassan's mother via text asking for a $650 ransom for Kassan's safe return. But law enforcement has confirmed that phone number is not connected to Jackson. The number was vetted by our federal partners and verified to not be associated with the suspect. Mooney said, "We believe it to be a scammer attempting to get money from mom and dad." Mooney said he has never seen a suspect like this ask for a dollar amount. Barnett created a GoFundMe Wednesday to raise money for the ransom, saying in the online fundraiser description she will offer Jackson $1,000. GoFundMe has since taken the fundraiser down because raising money for a ransom violates their terms and conditions. A GoFundMe employee told the dispatch. The page raised more than $1,000 before it was taken down. I got you out of Fox. Trust me, I got you, bro. I got you. The page raised more than $1,100 before it was taken down. The GoFundMe employee said they are reaching out to Barnett to work with her and see if she would like to raise funds for the search instead, which that is more plausible, you know. Y'all, let me see. Hold on. Y'all pin mark that. Hold on. I'm trying to get to what happened. When the car they were in was stolen, Kyle was found early Tuesday morning. His parents let ABC 6 join them in the search Tuesday night, driving through neighborhoods and stopping in gas stations, urged everyone to keep an eye out. Strangers start to let their parents know that they are trying to help. Hold on.
Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Get 0% APR, 0 payments for 90 days, and up to $1,000 bonus cash on select vehicles. Hurry, the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event ends January 3rd.
Bob, we're hearing from a UDF employee who tells us she talked with Jackson after police say she stole the car and abducted the twin boys. Emily Ryan's a shift lead at a UDF in Huber Heights, a suburb of Dayton. She says sometime after 11 o'clock last night, Jackson, the suspect, came in the store and asked if she could give her $5 for gas. Ryan tells us Jackson then went into the store's bathroom for about 15 to 30 minutes. Here's how she describes her interaction with Jackson.
We were just talking about thinking that she was on drugs. As soon as we heard her leave the bathroom, we went into the bathroom to make sure there was nothing weird in our bathroom, because the whole thing was really sketchy. But yeah, we were just talking about how she seemed off and it was weird.
Ryan says her coworker called police this morning after seeing a picture of the suspect. She tells us she wishes they had heard about what happened sooner so they could have stepped in faster. Ryan says she did not see either of the children when Jackson stopped at that UDF. Live on your side, I'm Isabel Hansen, Fox 28 News.
Did y'all hear that? We know she didn't see one of them because one of them was already back at home, but they didn't see the other one. You know, I'm hoping because they didn't go to the car, try to see what's a child up in it. All right, that's kind of worrisome right there. I'm trying to get the facts, guys, when it was actually reported. It look like I'm about to do some digging and research on that, so I'll get back to you on that when I can, when the call was actually made to report the kidnapping or whatnot. Okay? But let's hear this 911 call again, and then we're going to hear this updated press conference. Then they're going to be the show for this morning. I appreciate y'all being here. All right?
A Honda Accord. Supposed to sell my car.
Address of your emergency.
Veterans and individuals are encouraged.
What's the address of your emergency?
Hi, I was just parked. I was parked at the Donato's Pizza. Someone to sell my car. My baby's in there.
Okay. Donato's on First, I'm thinking.
On First Avenue and High Street at Donato's Pizza.
Okay,
I have a Honda Accord. I have a Honda Accord. My bumper is off.
Okay, what color is your Honda?
It's a black Honda Accord.
Okay, you said it's black?
Yes.
Okay, you left the car running with the child in it?
My kids, I was just right here, and all I was doing was just grabbing this pizza. I was right here. I didn't even go inside the building.
Oh, y'all know something I just noticed too? I just noticed this. The dispatcher answer, you left your child in the car while I was running. You kind of danced around there. You never answered that straight up. Okay? It's like you trying to be careful in what you said. Okay? I just picked up on that. We gotta do better, y'all. We gotta do better.
Black?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a black Honda Accord.
Okay, you said it's black?
Yes.
Okay, you left the car running with the child in it?
My kids, I was just right here, and all I was doing was just grabbing this pizza. I was right here. I didn't even go inside the building.
I was right here. I didn't go inside the building. You left the car running with your kids in it? I no yes or no, but I was right here. I didn't even go in the building. These are her words, y'all. I'm not making this shit up. Y'all hearing this? These are her words. She's saying this now. All right. So again, for you people talking about victim blaming and all that, again, I trust me. I understand you. But apparently y'all haven't heard this 911 call. Okay. Y'all must ain't heard this 911 call. Now, if you hear this 911 call and you still feel the same, I mean, I get it, but how can you say people is victim blaming when you hear her words for yourself? This lady specifically asked her, did you leave your car running with your children there? That was a yes or no question.
Yes.
Okay, you left the car running with the child in it?
My kids, I was just right here, and I was just, all I was doing was just grabbing this pizza. I was right here. I didn't even go inside the building, and I see him get in my car.
White guy, black guy, Hispanic, Asian?
Like he had on a mask. I didn't see him.
So a person with a mask got into it, right?
Yes.
Okay, which way did they go?
My babies is in there. I have twin boys.
Oh, you got 2 kids in there.
Yeah, they're twin boys.
Okay. How old are they?
They're 5 months. They're babies.
Gotcha.
Someone stole my car, my baby.
Did you see which way they went?
I didn't see it. It was a black car. I didn't see nothing. It's a black car with the bumper off. Oh my God.
The front bumper is off or the back one?
The front bumper is off.
Okay, the front bumper is off. And you don't know your tag number, right?
It starts with an M.
Okay, is it registered? They're already on the way, so don't worry about that. They're already on the way. Did you just get the car?
Yeah. Okay,
it's not.
Where's the police on?
Ma'am, they're on the way. I promise you. It's already been dispatched. They're coming.
My baby's in there. Like, I'm in the beach. Where's the police at? Can they find me?
Ma'am, they're coming. They have to drive there. I promise you, they're coming.
Yes, like, what the fuck?
This is sad, man. This is sad. I don't wish this on nobody, man. I really don't. I really don't. Ugh, golly. But again, guys, like I say, Vagan said they heard, she said she was right here, but needed to go in the building. But see, I understand what you're saying, though. But see, even if you say it like that, though, if she didn't get a chance to make it in the vehicle, they saying that Nala was in the vehicle. So the question would still need to be asked. If you needed to go in the building and you saying you never went in the building, how did Nala get in your car with you right there? Unless you just sit up there and let her take your car. That's the only way I can think of it. Unless you just sit up there and let her take your car. But again, I want to give the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, she was hysterical right now. She really wasn't paying attention to what she was saying because she was distraught. So I will be fair and give her the benefit of the doubt. But it's kind of hard to do that. It is. It's kind of hard to do that. But nevertheless, that's a sad 911 call. Kind of breaks your heart at the end. Okay? Damn, man. Damn, that's hard, man. That's hard, man. All right, guys. There's an updated police conference, and let's listen to the police conference, and we can end it right here.
All right, good afternoon. We wanted to stand before you today with our partners to give you an update on the case of Kassan Thomas. Kassan Thomas is still missing, and our number one priority is to bring Kassan home safely. Nala Jackson is still missing. The Honda Accord has still not been found. Efforts to find Kassan has been ongoing since the very beginning, and we have not stopped looking. We are using all available resources. We want to thank the Ohio State Patrol, FBI, Dayton Police, Montgomery County Sheriff, Vandalia Police, Huber Heights, Middleton Police, Riverside, Inglewood, Airport Police, Butler Township Union, New Lebanon, Brookville, Jackson Township, and Farmersville for all their efforts into helping us with this case. I encourage anyone that may have any information, big or small, to call the tip line. You may not think it's significant. You may not think it's important. It could be as simple as a woman asking for money on the side of the road. We're asking you to call the tip line to help us try to bring Kasan home safely. If it's something that is happening right in that moment and it's something that's active, we're asking that you call 911 and give that information. If it's information that you think you have that's valuable, that's not happening in that moment, I'm going to give you 2 different numbers that you can call. That first number is 614-645-4701. Again, that's 614-645-4701. Or you can call 1-800-CALL-FBI. Again, that's 1-800-FBI. That number is manned 24 hours, 7 days a week. If you have any information, we're begging you to please contact 911 if it's something that is happening right there in front of you in that moment, or call one of the additional numbers if you have information that you think can be helpful in helping us either locate Kasan Thomas, locate Nala Jackson, or even the vehicle. We want that information, so we are begging you, please call those numbers and give us that information. We've been working this case nonstop since the very beginning. I know we met yesterday and we talked about some of the things that we had done up until that point. Now I want to bring Deputy Chief Weir up so that he can give you additional information that we've been doing since the time that we talked last.
All right. Good afternoon. Since we talked last yesterday afternoon, at approximately 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon, our lead detective, Detective Martin, with our Special Victims Bureau, filed 2 counts of kidnapping charges on Nala Jackson. Those warrants were filed through Franklin County, and they do have a nationwide pickup radius. Around approximately 6:30 p.m. last night, we activated our operations center and staffed it with detectives, officers, and intelligence analysts. We deployed 12 detectives to continue the investigation in both Columbus and Western Ohio. All incoming tips were logged, triaged, and assigned for follow-up. 7:44 p.m., a BOLO was issued in the 5 contiguous states that border Ohio for Ms. Jackson, the vehicle, and the child. We were unable to issue an Amber Alert since we do not have a confirmed sighting of Ms. Jackson in a different state. So we have the Amber Alert that's active in the state of Ohio, but we were not able to do so in the contiguous states. So those 5 states received a BOLO for law enforcement with the same information that was listed in the Amber Alert. 8:06 p.m., detectives made contact with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, who provided assistance and contacted Team Adam. Team Adam is a team of volunteers and experts that help assist in cases of missing and exploited children. 8:54 p.m., detectives responded to Vandalia, Ohio, and met with officers in that jurisdiction. Vandalia PD and the Dayton Airport Police discussed the measures they had taken to search their jurisdiction for the child and the suspect. Our detectives conducted an exhaustive search of the area around where the suspect had been to confirm that Kasan Thomas had not been abandoned nearby. Detectives also made contacts at the airport and reviewed video of the suspect from the previous morning. Information at the sites in the Dayton area indicate the suspect was asking individuals to use their phone. Investigators were able to, or from the Division of Police and partner organizations, were able to locate some of those individuals and determine the persons contacted. 10:04 p.m., detectives interviewed a boyfriend in Columbus at a previous listed address for Ms. Jackson. The male provided information concerning a phone call he had received from the suspect prior to the incident taking place. Our EOC, our Emergency Operations Center, talked to the following jurisdictions and inquired as to whether they had received any new reports of stolen vehicles in their respective jurisdictions to see if maybe Ms. Jackson had dumped the car, the Honda Accord, and was looking for a new car. Huber Heights, Vandalia, Middletown, Riverside, Dayton, Englewood, Airport Police, Butler Township, Union, New Lebanon, Brookville, Jackson Township, and Farmersville. Middletown Police was the only one of those jurisdictions that reported a recent stolen vehicle. We were able to confirm the tag and that was entered into leads, and detectives and officers did look for that vehicle. 11:28 p.m., detectives attempted to contact several relatives of the suspect. The Ohio State Highway Patrol called in a tip that was received regarding a person handing over a child to a woman in a separate vehicle up in Richland County. The Highway Patrol, Richland County Sheriff's Office, and Akron Police helped follow up on that tip, which appears unrelated at this time, and we are grateful for their assistance on that one. Detectives checked hotels and motels throughout the 70 and 75 corridor in Vandalia, Middletown, and Dayton. The teams also searched apartment complexes and a trailer park in Montgomery County. The detectives checked shelters in the greater Dayton area with negative results. 11:55 p.m., detectives were able to locate 2 individuals that had talked to Miss Jackson around the Dayton airport. Individuals were interviewed and cooperated with the investigation. And then lastly, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children received the tip that Miss Jackson, a male, and the baby were at a gas station in the Dayton area. Our detectives are following up and trying to corroborate whether that was in fact true or not. So those are the updates that we have in terms of actions taken overnight and into this morning. And I will turn it back over to Chief Bryant.
I just want to say that this is so extremely important to all of us. We're going to continue to update you. We're going to continue to let you know all the efforts that we're taking to bring Kassan home safely. This won't be the last update. We want to focus on bringing Kassan home. We want to focus on locating Nyla Jackson. That is our focus today. So we're going to open it up for questions, and we want to really just reiterate that we are trying to make sure that we do everything that we can to locate Kassan Thomas and bring him home safely. And with that,
man, that's a lot of departments you named in Montgomery County, a lot of activity in Montgomery County. Do you have reason to believe Miss Jackson and this baby boy are in Montgomery County?
Based on the events over the past hours, several hours, and the past couple days, that is our focus, because that is where our tips and our information have led us. So we're going to continue to focus on that, but we're not just focused on that. We're focusing on any and everything that comes our way. Any information, any tips, anything that we get, we're going to make sure that we're looking. We're working with the FBI. Clearly, the FBI has jurisdiction not just in the state of Ohio. So any information that we get that we can push out, or anything that any tips we get, we're going to work them exhaustively until we find Kassan.
What role is the FBI playing in investigating Kassan's disappearance?
So they have been great in their partnerships and the ability to give.
I want to read y'all something real quick, and I promise you I'm not going to stop it again, but I want to read y'all something real quick and see it. This right here, this is where the story is getting conflicting or whatnot. And again, I want to state, listen to my mouth as it moves. I want to state that this could be something or it could be nothing. So y'all know we heard the 911 call, right? I'm gonna go with what the person said in the chat room earlier. They say they heard that she said she needed to go inside the building to pick up this order, right? Okay, I'm reading over here now. In this article, this was recently updated. It says as follows. Police said the mother of the boys went inside of Donato's Pizza. Went inside. But on a police call, she said she didn't go inside. Okay? See, this stuff that I'm talking about. This can make and break the case. Which one is it? She said she didn't go inside. And according to the person in the chat room who said earlier, they say they heard she said she needed to go inside. Okay? I'm going to roll with what you said. She needed to go inside. But I'm reading right here. She went inside to pick up a DoorDash order and left her Honda Accord running and unlocked with the infant still inside. Now, Nyla, this is how she got in the car. She was inside the restaurant when the mom walked in. Jackson walked out the side door of the restaurant and got into the mother's vehicle, according to court documents. Jackson drove northbound on High Street as the mother was walking out the pizza place. But in the call, she said she didn't go in. I'm going to leave it at that. However y'all take it, y'all hear that, and y'all take it for what it is. I'm going to leave it at that. And I ain't got nothing else to say, man. I don't.
us whatever resources that are necessary to help us, whether it's personnel, whether it's technology. They've been extremely helpful in giving us anything that we need to be able to do what we need to do to find Kasan and locate Nala.
Chief, the delay in issuing the Amber Alert, was this because of some lack of meeting criteria?
Audit Fox, and I agree with you. They can. That's why I say right now, and before their particular gray area, I ain't got nothing to say about it. You know, you got. Look, I'll let the police decide what's real, what's not. You know, I let them. They gonna make their determination.
Yeah, or due to some miscommunication between CPD and the Ohio State Highway Patrol.
So I'm gonna bring up one of the personnel from the Ohio State Patrol, so that they can give you a better understanding of how this works. And just so you know, there is a process, and he'll explain it, but it was being worked. This information was absolutely put out. It's a process, and who's gonna step up and be able to explain it?
Lieutenant Nathan Dennis with the Highway Patrol. So how this process works is when an agency reaches out to the watch desk or the Ohio State Highway Patrol's communications center requesting an Amber Alert, there's certain criteria that the Ohio Revised Code says has to be met before that system can be activated. So there's a checklist that has to be gone through to ensure that per the Ohio Revised Code, this Amber Alert can be issued. Once that's done, then it's a matter of gathering the information. So when you gather the information, you have to have the names of the children, as well as much suspect information as you can gather, and additionally the vehicle information. So once all of that's compiled and figured out, then we can start the activation process of the Amber Alert. So for this situation, the Amber Alert was actually started. The activation of that happened at 12:31. And how that is activated is the first thing they do is activate what's called a Lumen line, which allows the tips. It's the phone line that can be called for tips and things like that. We need to ensure that that's active so people, when they see this notification, they can contact somebody. After the Lumen line's activated, then we start activating the other systems. So there's the emergency alert system, which puts banners across televisions, and then also it comes across your radio as an emergency broadcast. That script has to be written with that description in it. And then the National Center for Missing and Endangered or Exploited Children has to be contacted. They're the ones that actually set off the alert for the wireless emergency alert system, which is what you get over your cell phone. So you have to then communicate with them to come up with the message that they're going to put out. That message can't be more than 90 characters, so there's a character limit on that message. So it's communication back and forth with them to establish what that message is going to be. Then they issue that alert. Meanwhile, we're in contact with ODOT to get messaging boards changed over so that this is appearing on the highways. We're working to get all of this entered into leads. At the very beginning of this, our troopers were notified via their computer in their cars to BOLO for this vehicle and this suspect. And then after all of these agencies have come together and they've worked to get these messages out, then that Amber Alert activation is complete. So that process can take from an hour to an hour and a half by the time you get all these different agencies on board to activate this entire system.
We were told that CPD first called OHP around 11:41, but the initial call went out about 9:45 about this incident. So why did those 2 hours pass, and is this acceptable in a situation like this?
Excuse me. So ideally, you absolutely want to contact and get that information rolling as soon as possible. But like he explained, gathering the information and not waiting until an actual Amber Alert comes out to get that information to the state troopers, to other agencies, being able to put that information out and get it out without waiting for the Amber Alert is critical as well. So I'm not going to say that timeline was, ideal. Ideally, you want to get it out immediately. But the personnel, they were working as hard as they could to get the information, to be able to have it enough and meet the criteria to get that Amber Alert going.
So, Chief, why not something then with a lower threshold? If this is such an onerous process, something along the lines of an endangered missing child alert, because we have talked to multiple people in Montgomery County, in our coverage area in Dayton, who say, I saw Miss Jackson in the time frame prior to her even dropping off Kyer at the airport, but did not know who she was because the bell had not been rung publicly sooner. What do you say to people who have those concerns?
DC?
So when we provided the timeline yesterday, we initially, I think within half an hour of the original run, within 20 minutes of our officers arriving at scene, it shows on the CAD data, on the computer-aided dispatch for the run report, that we advised the neighboring jurisdictions, Upper Arlington, Grandview, and so they were alerted right away. Obviously, all 5 zones were alerted. I think they went to priority runs on the citywide, on 1s and 2s, which is our priority dispatch system. So basically, we restricted runs. We pulled all officers from 16 precinct down to back down to First and High for a grid search. That started, I think, within 20 minutes of being there. So we had a phenomenal response. Sometimes these things are complicated. Sometimes you have to work through obstacles. We had lots of obstacles we had to go through with the identification of that car and the suspect. Those things take time. They were reviewing video. They looked at it. They had to talk to different employees of the Donatos, different people that could identify the suspect, people that knew the suspect. Obviously, the victim didn't know the suspect, so that wasn't like we had where in some cases where a victim says, it was, this person who took my children. Where that makes it immediate, where you can call immediately and say, hey, this is the suspect information, we have it. Our officers had to go through a lot of legwork to identify who the suspect was before we were to put that out. Like we talked about yesterday, there were obstacles we had with the car. There was no license plate on the car. The VIN wasn't registered. We had to go through and backtrack. Our officers woke up the owners of a car dealership in the middle of the night and had them come to work to go through the paperwork to try to find a VIN to identify the vehicle, that we could provide a VIN number for the state and for officers throughout the state. So I get that there's questions about that, and those are, it's legitimate to ask those questions, but our officers had a lot of obstacles, and they did a really good job of going through all those things and working on a lot of different angles to identify suspect and vehicle within a very short time frame, while also doing a grid search and searching the area and checking the addresses that once we identified the suspect, they were going through and checking all of her former addresses throughout the city. So we had a lot of obstacles. The officers did their best to overcome those obstacles, and there you go.
Deputy Chief, you alluded to a phone call with the ex-boyfriend of the suspect. Could you maybe share details about what the character or content of that phone call might have been?
Yeah, it happened beforehand. It did not do anything to point to any criminal intent in terms of, I'm going to do this later tonight or anything like that. It didn't point to any homicidal or suicidal ideations. So he did relay what was said in the conversation, and our investigators are kind of going through that.
Deputy Chief or Chief, you've outlined all the work that's happened over the past days to try and find these two, and they still obviously haven't been found. What are the challenges that come up as more and more time passes?
Well, one was found, so luckily we were able to return one child home. The obstacles, obviously, as time goes by, we're concerned, which is why we're pleading and begging for anyone with information to give it to us so that we can find Kassan and bring him home. The time frame is our biggest concern. We want to try to find this child as soon as possible.
I understand there have been a number of false alarms or incorrectly reported sightings of the vehicle. I mean, is this something that takes resources away from investigations, or is that something that you're looking for?
Well, luckily, yes. Any tip that comes in, we're going to investigate because it's that important. We need to make sure that we do everything possible. Fortunately for us, we have our partners. We have the Ohio State Patrol. We have the FBI. We have the neighboring counties. So we're able to utilize resources across the board, and it doesn't tax just one particular agency.
Deputy Chief, as a follow-up, we certainly appreciate the work everybody, law enforcement here, is doing to find this baby boy, because that's the biggest thing here. But aside, it's not just about notifying your officers. How did your department go about alerting the media and, by extension, the public, who are all here to help in the situation to try to find this baby?
So prior to the Amber Alert going out, our Special Victims Supervisor, Sergeant Fishburne, issued a media release at 12:05 a.m. That went out. It had the picture of the twins. It had the description of the vehicle, and I think a stock photo that you see there of the 2010 Honda Accord. So there was an attempt to alert the media and the public prior to the issuance of the Amber Alert.
Have there been any confirmed sightings of Kassan? If so, when and where?
There have not.
Okay.
Our last confirmed sighting of the suspect was, at the airport or in the airport area, approximately 4:40, 4:45 on Tuesday morning.
There's some GoFundMe's going around and talk of rewards. Is any type of law enforcement going to be involved in a reward at all, or what does that look like going forward?
So obviously Crime Stoppers handles a lot of that. We typically don't, as a municipal law enforcement agency, we typically don't handle money. Obviously if somebody approaches us, we'll refer them to the appropriate sources that can coordinate that, and we are happy to do that, but we don't call around asking for that kind of stuff. I think that kind of gets us into a little bit of a trick bag.
You said efforts were made to contact the suspect's family. Did anything come of that? Did you learn anything more about her background, any potential mental health issues or anything like that?
We are starting to get some information about some of that, but we would like to speak to Ms. Jackson's family. And I think we've had some initial efforts, and we're still hoping to get in contact with them.
You said you'd be focusing on Montgomery County, not exclusive to Montgomery County, but just because of the way, those are the ways tips are leading you all right now, that you've got some indication of who she could be in the greater Dayton area at this point, just based on?
Based on where we found Kair and some of the things that occur, we're obviously focusing on that. But like I said, we're looking at everything. We're not ruling anything out. We want to make sure that we are exhausting every lead, every tip. And if we find out anything, again, if anyone has cited him, even if it's not in Ohio, you say, well, that couldn't possibly be him or that couldn't possibly be her because it's not in the state of Ohio. Please do not discard that. Call us, give us that information.
I feel her on that.
Thank you.
I feel her on that. I agree with her on that. Definitely agree with her on that. Definitely agree with her on that. Well, guys, here's the thing with the police department, and she said it in the first conference. Where they dropped the ball at, it was miscommunication. Okay? I think it took a couple of hours before they got the whole story or everything that was going on. So with that being said, which gave Nala a head start with this stuff because of the messed up communication. And I like what she did. If y'all heard the first cover that she did, she said, hey, she's not going to make any excuse. She's not going to sugarcoat it. It was a fumble on their part. They got the information late. The information was miscommunicated. So, and that's one of the reasons how the story has gotten far as it is now. And wherever the hell Nala is at, she got a head start because of miscommunication. So, but nevertheless, though, it seems like they're doing their best trying to rectify it. And hopefully they do get it rectified. And this young boy is found safe. That's the main focus, that he is found safe. So regardless of what I say, or regardless of what anybody else say that's going in the comment section, or any other YouTuber or content creator that's talk about this story, the main focus of everybody should be that we hope that this boy is found safe. All right? So that would be pretty much it on that. We all can agree on that we hope that he is found safe, But at the end of the day, guys, like the message I've been pushing over here, the message I've been pushing is we have to do better. We have to tighten up. And we have to start making better choices when it comes to our children, especially they're young, because they are defenseless. They cannot defend for themselves. So it is up to us as the mom and the dad to do our best to keep our children protected at all times. All right? Nobody's perfect. I'm not going to get up here and say nobody's perfect. But we can't keep using it as an excuse for our fuck-ups. And it may be harsh for me to say it like that, but they just keep it real. We cannot keep using it for our fuck-ups. I'm just speaking in general now. Anything. We can't keep using it saying that I'm not perfect to try to sugarcoat our fuck-ups. A lot of times we have to look up and face reality and take accountability for things that we have done, for the poor decision that we have made. Because that's the first step of dusting yourself off and trying it again. But to keep saying that every time you make a mistake, nobody's perfect, that's only going to go so far. We know everybody ain't perfect. But we also know a lot of people don't want to make the same mistake over and over and over again unless you're comfortable with making the same mistake over and over again. Now, if you're comfortable constantly making the same mistake, then there'll be the end of the discussion. There's no more that we need to talk about if you are comfortable with constantly making the same mistake over and over again. Amen? If you comfortable constantly making the same mistakes over and over again, you do you. I can't live your life. I can only live mine. All right? And again, I'm not just aiming this towards her. I'm speaking in general. I'm speaking to everybody now, including myself. I'm speaking to everybody. All right? We always want to look for an easy way out. But when you come looking for an easy way out, it does not help you grow. If anything, I think a lot of time that hinders a lot of people because you're looking for people to pacify you and amen you. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. We got to get it together, people. We got to get it together. But in that though, I pray this baby be found. I pray Nala, whatever help this motherfucker need, I hope she get it. Or maybe the police need to reform and just, man, give her some hard time. Because this woman constantly doing shit and y'all constantly letting her go. For her to keep on doing shit. Okay? But it's always good, people. I really appreciate y'all for sticking with me this morning. I'm surprised there's this many of you in here this early in the morning. You know, so let me know y'all want to hear. Well, let me say at least my point of view of the story. You know, I mean, everybody probably don't have the same point of view, but, you know, at least my point of view of the story. But as always, guys, take care of yourself. Watch out to your children. Take this story as a lesson. You cannot turn your back on your children for one damn minute or one damn second for that fact of the matter. You cannot turn your back on them. Let alone leaving them in the car unattended is a bad idea. It's a very bad idea. I'm your man, Chris Thorns. Y'all have a safe morning. And I'll see y'all again soon. Peace out.